morning. We are live. I'm so excited to be here this beautiful Saturday morning. Guess what? With my childhood friend, Monica, Hair Diva, Lace. Thank you so
Good
much.
morning, Stacey.
Good morning. Okay, so you guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to share this broadcast so that people who are unavailable right now, they can watch it later. So good morning, good afternoon, good night to all the late night viewers who are going to come on and watch this a little later. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. So I'm going to just give y'all a little introduction of Monica. She is a woman of God. She has a beautiful heart. She's a beautiful person inside and out. She's a twin. She's a sister. She's a mom. She's a wife. And she is the owner and operator of Hair Diva Design. Okay. So let me just tell y'all, I have not had this done before, but based on who I know she is, I'm gonna have to give me some micro links because Monica is the micro link queen. And listen, we have to do an on-air consultation because I already know what I want.
Okay.
I want some ombre blonde.
Yes, ma'am.
To brown to platinum blonde. Girl,
Okay.
I want to be able to swing.
Yes. Absolutely. Let's make it happen.
I said I want to do that in the summer.
Okay.
Like, once the weather change and stuff. I was trying to get my hair to grow out some. I think it's at a good length now. It's about right here. It's about right
Really,
here.
Stacey? You always was going with the shortcut that I just love. Like, oh, I love that on you.
I think me too. And I just like,
So why you going out?
Do I need to reintroduce her? The pixie blonde, reintroduce her to the people. That's what I might have to do. What you think?
I love that. I love that idea because I just used to see you on social media like she is rocking that. I wish I was brave enough to do it.
Oh my goodness. Because for me, I'm like, it's just hair. If I don't like it, I'll braid it up, weave it up, do something, figure it out.
I'm just like, I don't know what my real head shape is.
Oh my God. Now I will tell you this. When I had went to the pixie buzz cut, it was because somebody made my hair fall out. And I cried because I'm all for short hair and stuff like that, but I was forced into that. And it was like my choice was taken away. So it was like,
okay.
And then we were on our way to
California. Loving it.
Yeah. But we were on our way to California for a wedding. And I was just, yes.
Wow. Oh.
And my sister, she had moved away. So I had went to somebody else so they could do my hair. And I was just like, wow.
Oh man. And when you have a family member that does that art and know you and does it the way that you like, and you have to start all over somewhere, oh, that is traumatic.
And then also when you have somebody who is an advocate for healthy hair, and then the person I went to, she just wanted to get it done. Like I went from black to platinum blonde in one day, and I didn't know that you weren't supposed to do that, but she took me up the whole thing in one day, and my hair ended up falling out.
As a stylist, that makes me cringe.
Yeah.
When people sacrifice hair integrity for style. Like I would have put you on a regimen. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna work our way up to this. In the next visit, we can look forward to doing this. That makes me cringe and that makes me sad. I'm so sorry you had that experience.
All right. It was a learning experience. So yeah. So tell me, how long have you been in the beauty industry?
Stacey, I have been doing hair for 19 years now.
Girl, shut up. We ain't that old. You telling people we that old.
Right. You asked me, girl, and I had to tell them. 19 years since 2003. So I graduated in 2002, a year early, and then I went to And then
Okay.
from 2003, I got licensed, and I've been in the salon ever since.
So what made you want to be a stylist? What drew you to that profession?
It was my divine gift. I used to go to the salon with my mom when she got her hair done, and all of my other siblings dreaded going to the hair salon. And I
But you
felt like I fit right in. They used to let me sweep the floor. I was picking up bobby pins and taking them home with me. And I was putting in French rolls and stuff when I saw them set those French rolls, and I knew that I was going home on a kid sister, whatever kind of doll I had, and I was going to do that same thing.
Yeah.
I love going to the salon with my mom and just sitting there for hours hearing the stories of the ladies that were there.
Hours and hours and hours. What's that Money Long song? Hours and hours.
I felt right at home. I never got tired. I never fell asleep. I remember getting in trouble one day because they were in the salon talking, and one lady was leaving her husband, and I asked my mom for an update. Did the lady ever leave her husband? So I was just so everything about the hair salon I love from day one.
And so that's really like a time where you can really have girl time and like bond and just let it all out. Like you don't
Exactly.
have any airs on. I mean, you in there, go in there looking crazy and come out looking amazing. So the fact that you
Right.
just kind of felt at home. So I'm glad
Yes.
you realized that that's what you were supposed to be doing at an early age, 19 years ago, because a lot of times people struggle in their journey trying to figure out what it is they're supposed to be doing, what their purpose
Right.
is. And also, a lot of people don't realize that being in the beauty industry is a ministry because you
It
put
is.
in your hands in people's heads. You are opening yourself up to what it is they have to give you, you know, and what you have to give them. And I just think that it's so important that we realize that the beauty industry can and should be a ministry because you have that intimate time and people almost use you like a therapist or a counselor.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you didn't start out on your own. How long did you work in a shop with somebody else? And then what prompted you to venture out on your own?
I worked in a salon with other people up until last June.
Okay.
And I think with this pandemic and everything, first of all, my husband, he had gotten into personal training,
Hmm.
and he really deserved his own gym, and we were looking at how we could do it. So when I decided to go out on my own, I was actually giving him the opportunity to have his own gym space, moving to where we are now. So that's what really prompted me. And then just the pandemic, I wanted to be able to service people in a comfortable space.
Yeah.
Just being in the salon, people wearing a mask under their nose or under their chin, it freaked me out because my husband, his original job is in the school system, and during
Hmm.
the shutdown, I was the only person leaving out the house every day. So
Oh,
if anybody got sick in my house, it's because I would have brought it home. And
okay.
so watching that, it just had me like on eggshells, like I was cringing to see somebody come in the door and their mask was under their nose or they would take it down to eat. So I just wanted to have a little bit more of an intimate space.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. So basically the pandemic is what prompted y'all to create this unified space, and tell our viewers, like explain to them how the setup is between the gym and the hair salon.
Okay, so we have a condo space, a commercial condo, and my salon is set up in the front of the building, and he has a garage bay area where he's set up as a gym in the back, and his clients have their own entrance and my clients have the front entrance. And
Okay.
so they don't we really our clients don't see each other. We do share the bathroom space, and the multi-purpose space
I
where
definitely understand.
he does tutoring and everything. So it just works. It was the best decision I ever made in my life. It was a hard decision and a scary decision, but it was the absolute best decision for us.
Wow.
Working as an entrepreneur couple.
Okay. So what is
Yeah.
it like working so closely with your husband?
I
Like y'all
loved
live
it.
together, y'all work together.
We
How is it?
definitely had to establish boundaries because
Okay.
what I didn't want is you coming to the business and asking me, babe, what's for dinner or what we gonna eat tonight. Like, hold up, I'm Hair Diva right now. I'm at Monica. I am not thinking about, we gotta talk about that stuff at home, or the salon talking about business at home. We had to, establish boundaries first. And
Mm.
then
So was with the boundaries, was that like a conversation, an intentional conversation?
absolutely, absolutely, because I knew we had to just learning our countenance and being married for 7 years. We were not newbies, but we still learning.
Mm.
We just had to really, really just know each other and lead in our gifts and our strengths. So he would tell me, because I overanalyze and I think about everything just to the T, like I am so thorough. And he would tell me, relax, you thinking too much or you doing too much. And I'm just like, well, I just don't want to be at work feeling like, oh, did we remember to pay this bill or did we have this set in place? I just want to set I guess, a way that we operate both at home and business so that we wouldn't have to cross them both over.
Yeah. And
So
I
he
think
was
that's
real good with that.
yeah. I think that's excellent that y'all did that and were able to do that, because a lot of people nowadays obviously were working from home. Some people are working in their kitchen, some people are working, wherever it is they can get. I'm raising my hand. I work from the kitchen.
At the kitchen table.
Yes. Well, we set my desk up downstairs in the kitchen, but I will say thank you, Jesus, for my parents, Lord, that Josiah does go to my mom in the morning and it allows me to be able to focus. So
That's a
last night when
blessing.
you asked me how am I able to manage everything, honestly and truly for real, if it was not for my parents, especially my mama, I do not know
Oh,
where I would be. Like my mama has saved my life so many times.
that's so
And I wish I
nice.
could give her the world. Like girl. And she's
You
the type
will
of
be.
she just she gives so willingly and so freely, and then sometimes I don't think people understand that she's a person too that needs to be poured into, because she's constantly pouring out of herself. And
Right.
so, ma, Deborah Joanne, I just want to tell you, girl, I love you so much. I thank you so much for everything
Your
you've
mom
ever.
has always been so sweet. She was strict, but she was
Yeah,
so
don't
sweet.
forget that part. Don't forget that part. And she's still strict, but it's like it's it's different now. I understand. When I was
Yes.
growing up, I didn't understand. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it was her trying to protect us from so many things in the world. And
Yes.
as
They knew
a
stuff
mom
before we
now,
even
yeah,
recognized it. Yes.
yeah, yeah. So I'm just thankful for her. But that's how I manage it with the help of my mama. And
That's
girl,
amazing.
without
That's
her, I really don't
amazing.
know where I would be. And I think all my siblings would say the same thing. And I don't want to leave my daddy out, but it's like it's something different with your mama. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
Like
they nurturers. They
yeah,
are
it's
nurturers.
different. Yeah.
Yes.
So back to you though. What's the most difficult decision you've had to make in your professional career? And do you have any regrets?
The most difficult decision I had to make was to leave what I was so comfortable with and stepping out into my own salon. Like I had to leave a salon where I had sisters and love all of my life, and it was comfortable working as a team versus going out on my own. But I think I outgrew certain situations and certain things, and being able to create and control the environment in my own space, that has definitely allowed for more opportunity and expansion for my own self, my own personal goals. Um, it was very hard, and it still is sometimes, but you have to kind of do the hard things to get to your divine purpose. And so, because I had a vision and I have a divine purpose, God is leading me through those tough times, like by hand. And as soon as I get to my wits end with a situation, God is just like revealing things constantly to me. And so I see exactly why He has me in the position that He has me in. When He levels you up, He separates you from what is comfortable.
Oh my God.
Yes. So anybody that has anything they're working on, you will get snatched out of what is comfortable for you to operate at a higher capacity or a higher level.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, did I touch a nerve, Stacy?
Yes.
Go
Oh my
on.
God.
Yes. And it is.
So,
It's tears. It's blood, sweat, and tears. And sometimes it's ugly. Sometimes, it's
mm,
uncomfortable, but it is necessary. It is necessary. And I don't know what it looks like for you, but I have cried tears and still cry them. I have felt frustration, anger, but for God's purpose, it's so necessary. And I don't regret it. You said,
yeah.
do I have any regret? No,
Yeah.
ma'am. No, ma'am. Because I had a life coach. Oh, she was amazing. And she kind of like, Monica, I am a crutch for you now. You have reached your goals that we have first set. But she had me to write out what I would have in my life if I could control it.
Mm.
And what if time wasn't a factor, if distance wasn't a factor, and if money wasn't a factor. She had me write those things so that I can begin to dream big.
Mm.
And as I go back and read the journal that I was keeping, I manifested these things, and it was stuff that I've always wanted, but I didn't realize that I was getting to it. And sometimes it's not the most comfortable feeling that you would feel.
Mm-hmm.
And with me dreaming big or learning how to dream big, everybody, you can't take everybody with you. Everybody doesn't have the same vision.
That's
Sometimes
what,
a vision, God will give you a vision that
yeah.
nobody else can see, and people would think you are crazy for operating and moving towards that vision that nobody can see. But
Right.
it's the brilliance of success when people can see it. It's like, that's brilliant. How did you ever think of
Mm-hmm.
that? So that's how I know that I didn't make any mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
When I see my husband making differences in people's lives through their
Yeah.
physical fitness goals, I'm just like, wow, you did that. Look at you operating in your gift. And, not to say that he wouldn't have been able to do it if I didn't make those moves, but because I just believed in him so much and in his God given ability, I knew I had to move on what God had showed me back in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so what triggered some tears is that when you said separating from people who, you want so desperately for them to come along with you, because the journey can be lonely, and then also it's like you want so desperately for that person to win too. You want that person to see themselves the way that you see them, and then when they don't see themselves that way, they start holding you back. And once I realized that, it was like, okay, I'm moving too slow because I am carrying some weight and some baggage that does not belong to me. And
Exactly.
so yeah, it was a very, very difficult situation to kind of move this way now that I'm moving. Um, but there's freedom here.
Yeah.
And then also, most importantly, there's grace. And I know
Yes.
that his grace is sufficient, and he wouldn't give me a vision um without already clearing the way for me. And so, what advice do you have for people who may not understand what their divine purpose is? Like, how do you find out what your divine purpose is?
Okay, so I don't know if it's advice, but it is my story and how I found mine. Um, I read a book by Dr. Miles Monroe, and it
I
was
love it.
the
Yeah.
power and purpose, the principle and power of vision. I got to go back and make sure I got that title right, but it just talked about your purpose and your vision and how God gives you the desires of your heart. Your purpose is attached to the desires of your heart. God first gives you the desires and you delight yourself in him and he will manifest those things. So um I just looked into my heart. I prayed and asked God, what is my purpose? What is my value? Like I was having a hard time finding my value because I knew I had great gifts, but
Hmm.
people would want to, I guess, negotiate prices with me and negotiate, what my value. I was working for a hair care company that, I'm just telling my truth. I felt like they never valued me
Hmm.
because, I would work all day and never get paid. And I would walk away feeling so used and abused a little bit because I'm just like, how can I put all of this into your project and you don't see a value on it at all? So I just had to really, I walked away feeling less than what I wanted to feel because I
Hmm.
just was upset that they didn't value me more. Um, so I had to ask God, God, I know that I have really amazing gifts. Where do you want me to put this? Where do
Hmm.
you want me to, how do you want me to just display my gift without me feeling used and abused or not valued?
Hmm.
And he just started giving me visions. He told me, Monica, you are going to create something so big. You are going to, you just gotta one, I was a little missile. I would go off. I would, kind of, I just had to really get my head straight, control my mouth, control how I felt. It's some work that I have to do on myself before I could really, you know, walk in my purpose. I had to kind of clean some stuff up and still cleaning it up if I can be really transparent and honest.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a process.
yes. So, um, I just asked God and I prayed and I read that book and I really looked at the desires of my heart and where I wanted to be and where I wanted to be, the level I wanted to be operating at. And God just, He just, I started manifesting things and He started giving me things as I was working on myself.
Hmm.
And really, like the desires of my heart are attached to my purpose and attached to what I really, my divine purpose, and God is revealing it to me every day. So I don't think it's something you can know because it changes and it evolves every day in
Hmm.
every situation. I look around and I see where I can be needed, where I'm needed, my services and my gifts. I thought I was going to be doing, heavy in the micro links, but even now, my career, I'm in cranium prosthetics classes now, where I am studying, prosthetic hair pieces and stuff. So
Wow.
yes, so like I'm going to get into the medical part of doing hair very
Wow.
soon.
I
Yes.
didn't even know that was a thing.
It is a thing. It is a
Goodness,
thing. It's a
that's
thing.
amazing.
It's a
That is
thing. It
amazing.
is.
And isn't it so extraordinary to know that when we actually listen, the doors that God will open for us, and He makes it so much easier than when we try to do things on our own.
Man,
Yeah,
trying to make and fit in places that you don't fit in, and
yeah,
trying to make something happen because it's comfortable for you to be at, and you can
yeah.
kind of gauge and navigate yourself through that. You can see the beginning and the end. It's so much harder to just trust the process where God has you and follow through the unknown,
Mm-hmm.
because I could have stayed where I was knowing every day what was going to be the outcome, or
Mm-hmm.
I could have allowed God to lead me where I am now and just let Him work it out day by day. I, like Kiki said, I don't know. I just do my best when I'm doing it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
She just said, I don't know. I don't necessarily know what I'm doing. I just do my best. I show up to do my absolute best every
Yes.
day, you know. And I have, you know, the biggest thing is clearing your heart and learning forgiveness. I am really learning forgiveness and really, you know, learning God's purpose. And that
Mm.
is that's a whole assignment for me right now.
Yeah.
And showing up and doing my absolute best is is grand for me.
Yeah. And so
That's
it's, I mean, really, you touched on a lot of things, and so I'm gonna double back a little bit. One of
okay.
the things you said about um, God will give you the desires of your heart if you delight yourself in Him, and the desires of your heart are directly connected to your purpose. He didn't
Yes.
give you something that's basically your blueprint of what it is you're supposed to be doing. And so a
Yes.
lot of times we let people talk us out of things because they're like, you can't do that. You're not going to be good at that. How you going to make that happen? Versus just looking at ourselves and say, you know what, God, you created me in your image. So I know who I am and whose I am. So I'm going to let you lead the way because you already have structured all of this out before I was even thought of by my parents. Before you even formed me in my mother's womb, you already knew all the obstacles and challenges I was going to
Absolutely.
face. So I think it's very important for people to understand. And I didn't want to kind of missed the opportunity to go back and say, in this conversation that yes, what Monica is saying is totally 1000% accurate. Whatever the desires of your heart are, as long as they are aligned with what Christ says, right?
Right.
Then God is going to work it all out for you, regardless of what the obstacles may be. It's not going to
Right.
be
Oh, they
easy.
coming. They
Yeah,
coming. Just
if it
because
was
God has
easy,
a purpose for
everybody
you.
would do it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so you just have to be tuned into what God says about you. I don't care whatever outside noise, drama, whatever, you have to block that stuff out and
Right.
tune in to God. You have to really, I spend a lot of time meditating,
Mm.
journaling, praying, and just really, you know, silencing my mind, silencing my own thoughts so that God can fill me up with His thoughts. And through doing that, I'm inspired to move to the next level. Like my inspiration, I know it's the voice of God. When I am inspired to move and do something that I wasn't even given a thought to, when it just hits me, I know it is God
Yes.
inspiring me and coaching me to the next level.
Yes.
And I just,
Absolutely.
meditation has been amazing. And that's one thing that I wasn't taught, you know, as much as prayer. We prayed, and
Yeah.
that's us giving our concerns to God. But when we shut our thoughts down to listen or feel or hear whatever, I just like, Lord, I need to press into you. I need to quiet my thoughts so that you can fill me up. I purposely, God, where I look for you, allow me to find you. That is my prayer before I meditate. So I'm doing this to find you, to get clarification, to see what it is you have for me today. And I also pray, let me have a blissful moment today that I know that you just sent. Let me feel bliss today so that I know that, this moment, in that moment, I would know that this is a divine, connection, intervention, whatever. I know that this moment is straight from you. And when I find myself laughing so hard or getting so excited, like the other day when me and you talked on the phone,
Yeah.
I said that prayer and then you called after I put my client on the
Oh,
dryer because I do not talk on the
wow.
phone when I'm engaging with my clients. But she had to go on the dryer for a long process and you called and I laughed, we cried. That was a divine intervention that I know that was sent from God.
Because I actually had not planned to call you, but
You
God said,
didn't.
"Oh, Monica, I want to call you. I was gonna text you later, but God said, call Monica." And you answered the
Girl.
phone.
And it was right on time. And that's how God, those instinctual things that He sets before us right then. You could plan something, but God will have you do something in a whole nother way. You know what I'm saying? Like just that phone call. You was not planning on calling me, but you called me and we ended up talking like an hour and a half on the phone.
Yes, because I was at work. At work. So it wasn't even my plan, but and I'm so thankful that I listened because I needed you in that moment. I didn't even know
Mm-hmm.
it, but you
Right.
poured into me and you filled me up. And I don't think people often realize that about me because I have such a strong personality. I'm very confident. When I walk into a room, I'm like, look at all this brown, like this
Yes. Come
here.
on here.
But people don't realize that I'm still human, and the
Everybody needs to be poured
humanity in
into.
me. I get
Everybody needs to be poured into.
tired, I get insecure, you know, and so often I pour into other people to remind them who they are. But in that moment, I needed you and I didn't even know it. So I thank you so much, sister,
You're
for
so
being there
welcome.
for me in that moment. And really, that's what this space is about. I really just want to create spaces where we feel comfortable to love on each other, elevate each other, and give each other space to just be real. You know?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
I'm
And this is a wonderful place to be. Like, I feel so comfortable. I feel so
thank
welcome. And I feel free to tell my truth. I don't want
you.
to put anybody down or anything. I just want to build myself up
Yeah.
and help build up people who are maybe listening and watching.
Right. And so I always say this is a place of positivity. If you come in here to dump negative, throw shade, and all that other kind of stuff, you got to do that somewhere else.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
space because, as you
absolutely.
said, this is my ministry, and so I feel like I wanted to create a safe space for us. Back to what you're saying about when you were working for a company and they didn't see your value. Well, so often, so many people don't see value in Black women. They see value what we what they can get out of us, but they don't see the value in us as people. And so I think it's very important for me to create a space where I can say, I see you, I see your
Oh,
value, I see
I
how
think
much
that's
you're worth.
amazing. I think because
Yeah.
it was so easy for me to feel not valued in that because I have this gift and you are clearly using this gift for your
Right.
gain or whatever it has to benefit you. But I walk away with literally nothing.
Yeah.
And it's easy for me to feel, just I don't know. I don't even know. I try not to focus on negative words and negative feelings, but I felt the way I walked away from that feeling empty, and I didn't
And
want to
feeling
feel that
used.
anymore. So I
And you
had to
felt
press into
used.
God and go to God and say, God, why do I feel like I have this amazing gift and I'm operating in it, but I don't feel like it's value? What can I do to feel value? What can I do to make sure that I feel value and
And here's
operate
the
in
thing
my gift?
though, when you honor God, that value is all in there. He gives us
Yeah,
everything we need when we seek him first. And it's like, oh my gosh, the Bible is so true. Like he
yeah.
gave us this whole book to tell us what to do if we would just really read it and
Press into
listen.
it, get into it, and
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
it. Yes,
yeah.
and it
And
it,
so
it has been amazing for me finding my own value because, like I said, being in groups and working for somebody else's vision, that's okay because I always want to help pour into other groups and organizations and stuff, but I have to pour into me and make sure I'm good first so that I
yeah.
can pour out. Just like you. You needed me that day and we, inspired each other. And
Yes. I'm like,
now
why
look
do
what we're
every time
doing.
I talk to Monica, I'm crying? Why am I crying every time I talk to Monica?
Girl, because we just living and growing and through our hurts and through
Yeah.
our pains, we can relate to each other and not dwell in those places, but
Yeah.
use those as stepping stools to, go higher and
Yeah.
encourage other people. I think this is amazing what you have created for
Thank you.
positivity,
Yeah.
because I wish I had this when I was going through some of my other situations, in life. I wish I had somebody to come and say, I see you, because everybody wants to, belong. Everybody wants to feel value. Everybody wants to feel that. And I just, for so long, I was doing it for other people. People getting up out of my chair, feeling like amazing, $1,000,000, and then I'm broke down, tired,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
too tired to even pour back into my own self. Like
Yeah.
that's the hardest thing in the world, to uplift somebody else while you don't have anything else. You are on fumes.
Yes. And then it's the worst when they don't recognize it. And I'm just like, you got to see that I cannot do it right now. And so I think that's very important, back to what we talked about with boundaries. So sometimes you just got to say, you know what? I'm not going to be
No,
able to do it today.
yeah,
We can
not
we can
today.
reconvene later, but not today. I need to
Yes.
press pause. I need to
That's one of
time
my
out.
favorite things to say now is no. We might can come back and revisit this later on, but right now it's a no. And
Yeah.
that is, not personal, but I have to, there's something that is not, aligned with me. And until I align myself with what is for me, I'm gonna have to say no right now for this.
Yeah.
I love to
That's
say
good.
no. It was a
Me too.
hard thing for me to say and do,
Really?
but not anymore. No. I practice
Yeah.
saying no.
You
No.
just
No. No.
oh my
No.
goodness.
No. Like I had to practice
What?
it. I'm like, okay, that's like Kevin Hart. Okay, that's way too loud. That's not believable.
Oh,
Okay, hold on. No.
that is so
I had to
funny.
practice.
Girl, you are funny. Now you said something a little while ago about when the inspiration hits you, you know it's God. And so I always say God is the author of creativity. So when he gives us something creative and it all comes together, I'm just like, oh man, God, just, he
Showing
just
out.
does it.
Is
Yeah.
this what I'm supposed to be doing? And it's so beautiful. It unfolds so well. It is
Yeah.
what I like to call the path of least resistance when
Mm.
you follow what God, plans for you. You don't have
Yeah.
to pump or prime. You don't have to
Hmm.
do anything extra to make it fit. It just flows. And my creativity, girl, I didn't realize I was so creative. Somebody had
Wow.
to say those words, Monica, you so creative. And I'm like, I am? Oh, I guess I am. I'm just operating in my gift and my
Yeah.
ability, and it's like everybody can't do that. Oh, you okay?
Nah, girl. Listen,
Girl.
I can't. No, God gave me a son because He know I can't do nothing with a little girl with her hair. She gonna be looking crazy. My sister gonna have to. Or she gonna have to come to you. Somebody is gonna have to hook her up because I. Now when
That is
she
the
turned,
biggest thing about girls. It's the biggest, well, one of the things about girls. And even London, oh, girl, that's a whole
but you
nother
know
story. I
what's
don't
so
even think we
funny?
got time for that.
When I was talking to her before we went live, she has so much of you. She looks like her dad, but she has so much Monica.
She
I'm
has
just
a
like,
great heart.
look
She
at
has a
her.
great heart. And she wants to show what she knows. And
Yeah.
my prayer for her is that she operates exactly how God would have
Mhm.
her to, and that she shines in whatever
Yeah.
area she's in, because anything less will just be so uncivilized. What
Right?
no, because
And that's
she
why I
is
told her, I
just.
said, London, you are the bomb, and don't let nobody ever tell you you are not the bomb.
I
She said,
want
my
her to
favorite
know
color
her
is pink.
value. I want her to know how valuable, how special she is.
Yes.
And I don't want, because things of this world, things, you know, just popularity. Just let's
Mm-hmm.
just take that. Being popular or doing the popular thing, it will
Mm-hmm.
have you feeling less than, if that's not where you are, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean that you're less valuable. It doesn't mean that you're whack, like we used to say.
Mm-hmm.
It just means that you're different and you have to find a way to shine from where you are. That's not where you
Right.
are, and that's
And
okay.
you don't have to take your clothes off for that. You
Oh
don't
no,
have
we're not
to
doing nothing
use
vulgar. No, no,
certain language to do that. Like,
right.
just understand your value, and then they're saying no will be so easy. It will be
Yes.
so
And
easy.
I'm trying to get myself right. Nothing checks me like being a mother.
Mm-hmm.
And even the way I respond to life, she's watching. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to be the person that I hope that she becomes, so that
Yes.
she has something to model,
Right.
if she can, okay, you following God, but you can see it actually being done, so that you don't feel like it is impossible or it's a drag or it's a burden. You can be your authentic self and shine. You don't have to give into what popularity is, because I see so much in her, but I see that she wants to be like other people too. And she
Mm-hmm.
would, like, I was just getting on her about, I told her don't run in here. But my nephew was here and he was running. She forgot she was in a whole, mode of things, and she started running. And I'm like, London, now I told you not to run. So why you running? And she was like, "Oh, mommy, I forgot. I'm gonna get myself together." Like, she was already smoothing it over. I want you to do what's right
Right.
in all cases, whether you think I'm paying attention or not. So that transfers in me. Am I showing her that? Am I practicing what I'm preaching? Am I
Mm-hmm.
telling her one thing and doing a whole nother thing? That's why I self-govern and I check and it is some areas I got to come up in, and I am just praying. I'm doing this so that I can just be around good energy people, positive energy. And I'm just trying to iron out the wrinkles and really, get myself together. And I
Mm-hmm.
just love the fact that you have this platform that I can tune into and learn
Yeah.
about mental health. And your guest last week, she was amazing. And I want to go to her, whatever she's
Her
doing.
retreat. Her
Yes,
retreat.
I want to
Yeah.
go. I'm going.
The
She's
Healed for Real retreat. I'm very excited for that. And I'm excited that we're so excited to come on. Like, your
amazing.
energy, you just amped me up. I was like, listen, I was up at 7:30 this morning. I laid on the couch. It was like 7:20. I was like, is it too early for me to get up and start getting ready? Because I'm like really excited.
Girl, I was up, I was in the shower, I was getting my hair and stuff curled up, I was getting my makeup done. Yes, I was, and so many things. I had surgery done on my mouth this week. That's why I'm looking kind of
I'm
crazy.
glad you said that, and but you pushed through.
I pushed
So
through. Wasn't nothing gonna stop me from showing up today.
thank
I have
you.
this
Thank
thing
you
that
so
I want
much.
to show up the way I mean to be,
Thank
and
you.
I can let a lot of things come and just deter me and throw me off or set me back. But I choose not to. I choose to
Yeah.
keep pressing forward because it is a work. And this is fun work. If I got to be doing something on a Saturday, what better thing to be doing? You know,
Exactly.
like, this is fun work. You don't want to
It's
do
like
this.
girl talk on a Saturday morning. Like this is look,
And
you
we
get to get all
working and
glamorous
blessing
and stuff.
people. Yes. I got to get my hair and makeup done today. Woo.
Yeah. Yes, and you get to just talk about the joy of the Lord and how He is so evident in your life. And you did mention meditation and how we weren't necessarily taught about the importance of meditation. Yes, we pray, but then you need to be still so that you can hear Him. And to be honest,
Absolutely.
I do not know how to do that. So please help me and the others who are watching now and others who will watch later. What's some advice you can give us about how to meditate so that we can hear the voice of the Lord?
Okay, so this is what I do. And first, I just get somewhere still and quiet. Because with a whole lot of, I like to get up in the morning first thing where I
Mhm.
don't have a lot of thoughts. I don't have a lot of, I haven't read any emails, checked any messages. My first part of my day where I am just calm, I like to sit still and just breathe in and out and get a rhythm. I pay attention, I tune in into the rhythm of my breaths. And that
Mm.
takes my mind off of thinking. And so while my eyes are closed, I like just try to like physically look at my heart and I look
Mhm.
for God there. And so no thoughts. I don't have an opinion about that. It's not a work I'm trying to change in it. It's just something that I don't judge or anything. I don't have an opinion. And it's something so calm that will distract my thoughts from thinking and allow me to just stay still. Like
Mhm.
I just it keeps me still and not wandering my mind all over the place. And so
Mhm.
with meditation, when you can still your thoughts and shut them off, it allows God to be able to pour into you. Nothing happens. It's not a feeling where you catch the Holy Ghost or anything.
Yeah.
It's just, stealing yourself and being, I guess, a empty cup so God can fill it up. And
Yeah.
so
That. Look,
doing
I'm
it
like,
daily,
ooh,
I
tell
get
me more. Tell me more. Like I'm
when I
getting
get
in, girl.
inspired, when I get inspired in the day, I know it's because I emptied out. It was a point in time in the day where I emptied out all of my Monica's thoughts and allowed God to pour into me. And I
Mhm.
just sat still. I made room for God. That's what meditation does for me. It allows me to make room for God inside of my physical mind and body.
That's awesome. And so you say you basically start your days off that way.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. That's the first thing I do. My husband is getting up and getting ready for his day. I go downstairs where it's quiet and calm, and I just sit quietly and I close my eyes and I pay attention to the rhythm of my breath. I breathe in and then I breathe out. And breathing in is like taking everything in, and then when you breathe out, I let everything out till I am empty. And then that it allows God to be able to come and fill me up. What I
Mhm.
in my mind, I physically, okay, God, whatever I'm taking in, this is what you have me to be taking in with every breath, and everything that I let go is everything inside of me internally that I need to, just let go. And mentally, that's what I focus on. And it's just a beautiful time for me. And I meditate more than I pray. because I can tell God all the things. He knows my heart. He knows me. He sees me every day. He created me. It's just like London. She can tell me everything. Mom, I'm hungry. Mom, I need this. I know what you need before you even need it. Like you don't even know that I have preparation for dinner. So tonight, when you tell me you're hungry, you don't even have to tell me you're hungry because I'm already going to have that in place for you. So that's not even an issue. You don't even have to worry about that. So like that's what God is doing. You don't have to tell me all the time. Just tune into me. When you look for me, the answers are already there. It's a flowing of what you need. God just lets it flow. And I'm telling you, since I learned this, things that I used to freak out about, I'm just like, okay, God, you have me at this point, so you want me to see something, you want to share something with me. What is it that you want me to learn in this moment? And it calms my nerves, it calms me, it makes me a better person. It really does.
You know what's so amazing? When I hear you saying all these things, I recognize that you are so intentional with your relationship with God.
Yes.
And that is so amazing because we can get lost in the hustle and bustle of every day and we just want to do things our way and get it done and get it out of the way. But you like, wait a minute, if you start your day off with just breathing in and breathing out and letting God pour into you after you've emptied yourself, then y'all gonna be connect. Like I just love the intentionality behind everything that's connected to you, from your business, from your family. Like everything is intentional. And so
Yeah.
you talked about goal setting and how you set goals with your life coach and you saw things being manifested. So what are some goals that you still um, are working to accomplish?
Ooh, girl, I got a whole lot on. Which ones you got time to listen to? um, I like I said, every when I meditate, God inspires me to something else. And I'm just like, oh, you think I can do that? I already got this on my plate that I
Yeah.
didn't, all the way do nothing with this time, last time. So it's like he has me with a lot of things. Now I'm currently working on my
Mhm.
physical fitness, just getting healthy. I mentioned before my cranium prosthetics class, which is kicking my tail, but it is amazing. It's the medical part of hair wigs and stuff. So it's so much to learn, so much terminology and everything. So
Before, but I don't want to cut you off, but real quick, who would the candidate be for a medical
anybody that has
prosthetic?
hair loss because of a medical condition. So like if it's cancer, you had to get radiation and all your hair came out, you would be a candidate. And so I would work closely with doctors and patients rather than off the street clients that just want to come and see Hair Diva. So that's the difference. And what those wigs, because the wigs that we make today, they're a little bit too harsh for somebody who may be having, medical issues. They are not made for, you have to make skin grafts and all that. So I'm just in the beginning of it, but it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yes.
It's
That is
amazing.
that's incredible. I'm so
So
proud
right
of
now, that's my
you.
biggest goal that I'm working on. That I can't even see past this right now, and I'm just like, okay, God, don't give me nothing else. Just let
I
me get
know.
in this right here. Let me get deeper into this. Let me find my way into that, and then. But I have done a lot. I just want to maintain what I have now, and just
Mhm.
be the best at whatever. Put my best forward. I don't have to be the best, but I want to do my best in whatever it is that I'm doing.
Yes. And when I tell you, you have, for the viewers who are watching now and viewers who are going to watch later, Monica has a heart of gold and she actually
Yes, I
does
do.
really want to help people because let me tell you, I had just mentioned on a Facebook post about me wanting to do like a wellness networking thing, and you were like, "Let me know. I want to come. Matter of fact, I want a vendor table." I was like, I didn't even think that far ahead. Yes, I was so excited, girl.
Literally, anything you need, let me know. Because
Yeah.
I in my career, I don't work. I'm a hairstylist that doesn't work on Saturdays, so that I can do more events.
Ooh.
Yes, I
Girl,
do
that
weddings.
is a preach word because us Black hairstylists, Saturdays, that's their day. And they work from sun up to sundown. So the
No,
fact that
ma'am.
you
I have a
even working on
family that I love. I have a daughter that I have to raise, and my husband, he deserves to. I've been in the business, like I said, 19 years, and so he's just getting his start in his business. So he deserves to be able to work in that time. And so we don't have a large support system. So I take off and I pour into my daughter at that time. And I do events. So she's with me when I'm styling brides, when I'm doing bar mitzvahs and birthday parties or whatever.
oh my
It could be
God.
anything.
And that comes with that whole intentionality piece. You are so intentional.
Yes,
Like,
ma'am.
girl, I love you so much. I love your heart. I love the fact that you are so connected to your divine purpose.
Oh
God is
yes.
going to do everything that you are thinking that God is going to do. He just told me exceedingly abundantly above beyond what Monica can even think. You ain't
Oh
even thought
girl.
about it.
Thank
You
you,
ain't even
Stacey.
thought
I
about
received that. I receive it, girl. I really do.
it.
And
Yes.
the
I'm
biggest thing is
excited.
that when you believe God, you have to expect it. You can't
Oh,
just believe it. You got to look for it to come. Just like
yeah.
when I say, all right, God, I was a little down yesterday. So show me in a moment today. Let me have a moment that I know is sent from you,
Mm-hmm.
to encourage my heart, to keep me going. And I find myself just so intrigued and just laughing. I'm having the best time of my life in a moment, and it dawns on me. Okay, God sent me this moment. Okay, God, Okay, when I'm in the most blissful place, or I'm having the best time in a moment. I'm in that moment, and I'm just so grateful for the moment coming to
Yeah.
me that I'm thanking God. And I remember I asked God for this. I asked God for a moment. It could be at the end of the day when I get home and my husband is saying something so crazy and it's making me laugh my head off. And I
Yeah.
know that this is okay. I got all the way through my day to get to this moment in which I asked God for, you know?
That's
So I
amazing.
remember to expect God to move and do what I asked him to do, because he's pouring into me all day long. And I thank God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? I love God.
Exactly. What's wrong with you?
I love
You,
I
I
love
love
God.
God.
Yes. You don't love God? What's wrong with you?
I mean, I don't have the words to explain how extraordinary God is. And
Yes.
honestly, to the viewers who are watching, to those who are going to watch later, if you don't know him, it does not take a whole lot to dedicate your life to Christ. All you have to do is confess with your mouth, believe in
And
your
believe
heart
with your
that
heart.
he is
Mhm.
your risen savior. And guess what? He does not expect perfection. God is going to help you grow with grace. You're not going to always get it right. None of us are. None of us ever get it right all the time. So show yourself grace. The same amount of grace God shows you, show yourself that same amount of grace, and He is going to help you along the way.
Yes.
Monica, it
Absolutely.
was a pleasure speaking with you. Before I let
Is
you
it
go,
over already? I don't even think I
look,
said all I wanted to say.
look, is there anything you want to leave us with? We talked about so much and you dropped so much wisdom on us, so much positivity, so much love. And first tell everybody how they can find you. If they want to schedule a consultation or an appointment with you, tell them how they can do that.
Yes, everybody, if you would like to come and get the Hair Diva experience, oh, it is amazing. I just You would have to be here and experience it. You can visit HairDivaDesigns.com, and all a list of my services and everything that I have, my hair care products that I use, everything is there. You can set up an appointment. You can buy hair products. You can buy hair, and I would love to see you all. Just book with me.
Yes. And if this is any indication about what the experience will be like, let me tell you, you gonna be good when you book with hair.
Absolutely. It is girl time because I set my appointments up one by one. So when you are in here getting your services, you are the only one. I mean, we talk, we have a good time. I pour into my clients pour into me. And it's
Mm.
easy to just, it's just like we're sitting here talking. You would just be getting services. It is really the best girl time ever.
Ever.
Positive vibes, only positive vibes, and it's safe here.
Yes.
This is a safe, beautiful place to be.
Yes. I'm so happy to know you. I'm so
Thank you,
happy to be a
Stacey.
part of your life. You come back
Yes.
anytime. Anytime you want to come and talk about anything, girl, just let me know. This is
Yes.
platform that I want to share with my sisters, those who are
Yes.
like minded, those who don't have it all together, but are willing to share what we do have to reach back to help those along the way. So I thank you.
Absolutely.
I love you with the love of Jesus Christ. Girl, you are
Yes, me too.
pushing, keep moving, keep doing it, keep keeping God first. I just think
Yes.
you are so amazing. You are incredible. You are a big deal. So tell those who may not think that you're not a big deal. You are a big deal.
Girl. Thank
You
you.
are
Thank
a
you.
big
Thank
deal.
you.
Yes, I really appreciate you. We are going to connect offline, girl. But guess what? We didn't talk for over an hour.
Really? Oh
Yes.
Lord. Oh, it is. It's 12 o'clock. Okay, you're right.
Over an hour. And so you know that it's real when it's so easy, you know.
Oh
So
yes.
I truly
Absolutely.
appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking the time out this morning to get all glammed up, to talk to us and to just pour out your heart and share your journey. I truly appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you for having a platform to allow me to do this and just to build up other women. I'm all about that. And when I say anything you need, if I can help you with anything, please do not hesitate to call me. My weekends are free, unless I have an event. But please, I want to be down with everything you down with. So let me
Oh,
know how I can help you.
thank you so much. I just real talk, I just need to sell tickets for the Pens and Purpose event. Tickets go on
Okay.
sale March 14th.
Okay.
I could send you a flyer and a cute little frame and everything. You can hang it in your
Absolutely.
yeah, so we can do that. Um Other than that, I don't know. I gotta let God speak to me to tell me what to do. Because
Meditate, girl. It'll come. It'll come. Just
yes,
silence your mind. Get
yes,
still. Sit down somewhere and get still. That's what the old people used to say. Sit down and get still, and God will
yes.
talk to you. He'll lead you. So,
Absolutely,
thank you,
because I
Stacey, for being who
yeah,
you
for sure.
are. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having this mind and vision, and just let it be easy. Don't stress about anything. Just let it flow.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a
Yeah.
hard thing to do because to be honest, I struggle with anxiety. My mind is always constantly racing. And that's why I was like, how do you meditate? How do you just shut it all out? So the tips that you gave me, when I tell you I'm going to utilize those tips and I'm going to give you an update on how it's all working out.
It's some
But
things that I have that's guided meditation too. I send you some things to guide you through the meditation.
please do
Yeah.
because yeah, I need help. Ooh.
Girl, I was in a situation where I had to learn these things. It was die, sink, or swim. It was that serious.
Okay.
If I didn't
Yeah.
put some things into play, so I wanted to. I wanted to. It wasn't like I was made to do it.
Yeah.
I looked for these things and they did help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I truly believe every word that you say. And I've heard so many great things about meditation. And honestly, the other morning I tried it, but I was like, I need to be doing 1, 2, 3. And I just jumped up and just went on about my day. And then once I started doing it, I was like, you missed the whole point of what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna start trying to start my day on purpose. Because so many times we just jump up and just say, "Oh, thank you, Jesus," and just go. Sometimes don't even remember to say "thank you, Jesus" till you didn't
Right. We
halfway
get
through
started
whatever
on our
it is you need
day
to do.
instead of being led into our day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna really try to be more intentional with starting my day.
You'll
Um,
love it, Stacey. It'll calm your anxiety. I can tell when I'm anxious about something, I'm not allowing God to lead me through it.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
trying to do it through my abilities
Mm-hmm.
instead of allowing God to make it, create what He wants to create through me. And that's
Yeah.
the difference. That's what you want to make sure you're doing.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I
Yeah.
appreciate you. We're gonna talk offline. I'm gonna call
Yes.
you as soon as I end this broadcast.
Okay.
Good.
Yes.
Um,
So I
okay,
enjoyed this time. Thank you
viewers.
so much.
Yes. Thank you, viewers. Thank y'all so much. Don't forget to share this because there was so much inspirational, motivational, educational information in this video. So don't be stingy. Share the broadcast. All
Thank you all for
right.
taking the
Y'all
time
take
to look
care.
at me.
Bye.
Bye, babe.